Hey up YouTube, it's Theme Park Bazza here. It's Thursday and I am heading out on my first business trip since February 2020. Yeah, 14 months. So it's been a long time. Been busy packing and trying to remember what to pack and how to pack for these short skips and jumps. So come with me, we're heading out to MCO and I'll show you what it's like to fly at the moment inside North America. Only going for 3 days, so I've got my trusty small pack here. My work's clothes in, shoes and all that good stuff, and then my backpack with all my laptop and tablets and the cables and stuff. Very interesting though, because normally being on the road all the time like I was, this backpack was basically a travel pack. So I'd arrive home on a Friday, throw it on the floor, pick it up on the Monday and leave again and just replenish items. But as it's been 14 months and I've been taking things in and out of here, I am pretty sure I'm going to discover some things that are missing that I had forgotten about. So let's get packed up, get in the car and head out to MCO. Okay, so no guesses for where I am. I'm sure you kind of guessed. In MCO. First time I've actually parked in the car park here, which was interesting. Very, very busy. Kind of different, but it's, you know, took about 20 minutes just to get a parking spot. Airport looks quiet this side, but busy on the other side, so we'll go through security. We will head over on the train to the terminal. And we being me, will get on my flight. But here's just a few shots of, I know a lot of your favourite terminal. So security was about 20 to 30 minutes. I've got the TSA, I pay for the TSA pre-check, so I get through pretty quickly, like walk straight through. But be aware, the airport's getting busy again. Lunchtime, midweek, and still 20 to 30 minute waits. So if you're watching my home vlogs, you'll know that I got this Delta card, Delta credit card, to charge a lot of the construction to. Thought I could get points back for that because we're flying with Virgin in the summer. So the idea of that card is to get extra points for upgrades. I might get an upgrade on this flight, but it looks busy, I doubt it. I should get early boarding, but it should get me access to a lounge here. I'm not sure if there is one, but we'll go have a look. And the goal is when we go to the UK in August with Virgin, we get access to their lounges and stuff. Just keep it for you. Let's go and have a scout around and see if we can get in the lounge here. If there is. So as you can see, it's a bit of a hike to get to the rental car centre, get a couple of trains. This is going to be interesting now because this is my favourite bit. Typically when you get to the rental cars, there's usually used to be like rows and rows. You go pick one of like kid in a candy store. Take me half an hour to pick one. I have heard that due to the pandemic, the rental car companies have been selling off all their cars and there are not a lot to choose from. So we will see together. It's still saying 5-star, which is these things here. And as you see, golden 5-star. Oh, here's 5-star over here as well. We have very limited cars available to us. So I'm seeing a couple of different ones. Is that a Golf? Well, here's 5-star over here. Golf and 5-star. Let's see what we got. We got some. Oh, we got a few. I think the ones with the flashes you can't have. Yes, it's not often you see a Golf. Infinity, that's a nice one. Should we go for this Infinity? It's a nice one. Should we go for this? It's a 5-star. Looks good. It's got leather seats. Can't see anything else that looks as nice as this Infinity, so let's so this is an Infinity QX60. First thing you should always do when you get a rental car is walk around and check it for dings and dangs and knocks, because this is your only chance before you see that, before you leave, to report any damage on the car. So give it a good look round. That's always a good tip, because there's one there as well. You don't want to get dinged with the cost of fixing it. Oh yeah, this looks quite nice. Leather interior. Ugh. Don't know where the key is. Key is here. Okay. So let's get this thing started up. Yep, back to Atlanta traffic. 65 miles an hour. Don't think so. Doesn't change. So did say an hour on the sat nav when we left the airport. Ended up being an hour and a half to get here. So nothing new there for Atlanta. So check into the hotel. I'm running
next right. Then your destination will be on the right.
Quick check into the hotel, throw the bags in, and then go to my meeting that starts in 20 minutes. But I'll show you the room before we before I leave.
Your destination is on the right.
So interesting, they put a seal on the door to say that it is not been used since it was cleaned, which is good. Means hopefully there's nobody in it. Stuff off, see what we have in here. Nice double bed, sofa, some AC, which is good. Let's look at the view out the window. We got a quiet room as we asked for. Oh yeah, that looks quiet. Ooh, yellow light. Okay, I have to run off now and go to my business meetings, and I will see you on the return journey. Time is 6 o'clock, it's Saturday, and we're heading back to Orlando. Just dropped the rental car off. Nice car, very quiet, very fuel efficient. Only put 4 gallons in and drove it for about 2 hours plus. That's pretty good. So I'm going back on the plane train. I won't film all that for you, but I will take you there. One interesting thing actually that did happen, let me take you back to a bit of a drama we had just before I set off with the garage door. Woo! Well, bit of a hot sticky mess. It's very warm. Bit of an echo in here because I'm in the empty garage. I'll tell you what happened. Heading out tomorrow on a business trip, needed to go get the car and get some petrol in the car. Went to open the garage door behind me, and it opened about 2 inches from the ground and stopped. And this bar up here was just bending. So I was like, what's going on? And every time I press the opener, it would close and open 2 inches. And you know, I tried doing the manual release. There's a manual release handle here. Pulled that, but just couldn't lift the door, and that's really weird. So something jammed it. Couldn't work out what it was. Maybe took half an hour. Took some ladders, looking at the chain. Like, how do we get the car out? Can't get the car out. Can't get to the airport tomorrow. Maxine can't get out. I'm not going to be here for 3 days. Anyway, upon further investigation, what I noticed was this. See that? The spring has broken. So these doors have a spring on either side that counterbalances the door through these wires on the end to lift it up, and the spring had broken. The door, the actual lift couldn't lift the door because it was too heavy. So what do we do? 2 cars in the garage, which you notice aren't here now, so we solved it. So what we did, I had about two inches of gap. So I started taking some of these blocks, some of these, actually these to do with the metal tow bars I have here, and putting them under the door, and then I opened and shut the door and it came up another 2 inches. So I put another piece of metal under, down and up, came up another 2 inches. So what are we going to do? So what we did was go out the back, and we have a load of pavers that were left from the last owners of the house, bricks. So we carried them round in 100-degree heat, and then started stacking them under the middle of the door at the front. So, you know, we put, you know, 2 under, down and up, 4 under, down and up, 6 under, down and up, and it came up to probably about this height here, open. But then we had no more pavers. So Maxine had another go, and I got under the door and gave it full Monty, because it was kind of going, and we managed to get it over the top and get it open. Luckily it has 2 springs. If it had been 1 spring, would have been goose, but because we got 2, there's 1 still kind of working here. Anyway, we got the door open, and as you can see, we got the cars out and the bins out. So I can get to the airport tomorrow, but top tip, if that happens, try and work it to kind of slowly move it. Gotta move it. And I just looked online, it says, how long does one of these last? It says 10,000 cycles, which if you roughly open and close the garage door once a day, is 14 years. And guess how old this house is? It's 14 years, so that's kind of spooky. So we're going to have both replaced, because the other one must be almost on the way out as well. So when I'm away tomorrow, Maxine's already been in contact with the insurance people, and she is going to get a claim in and see if we can get that done while I'm away. And then of course the cars are on the drive and the bins are out, so at least we can do all that. So whew. Drama averted. What turned into just running out to get some petrol turned into a major 2 or 3 hour exercise, but you can solve these problems. Work the problem, there's usually a solution. But there we go, time to go in and get a nice cool drink now. So I've been texting with Maxine today. It's going to cost about $465 to fix that door. Somebody's coming Monday morning now to fix it. 2 new springs and 2 new pulleys on the end. So at least it's being resolved. I think I can take these sunglasses off now and going inside. So I think it's being resolved, but it was a bit of a drama before setting off. So I'm here at 6, my flight's not until 9, so I'm going to see if I can blag a flight, an earlier flight, there's one every hour, down to Orlando. But I'm going to get back on the plane train, back through the airport, back through security, charge down to the gates, see what I can get, and then I will catch up with you later. So I spoke to the very nice man at Delta, and he's got me on an earlier flight, an hour and a half earlier. Well, it's actually 35 minutes earlier, but the flight I was going on is delayed, and it's supposed to be a $75 charge, but he waived the fee. And what it also gives me a chance to do is, I'm underneath, remember the train I saw coming in? I put a map of Atlanta Terminal up here, and what it is, this was done for the Olympics in '86. All these terminals are linked by a train, but underneath there's a walkway that goes all the way, and I'm going to be going to the very last Terminal F, so it's a good 1.5 miles, maybe probably 1.5 mile walk. But I enjoy doing this because I've usually been sat in a meeting for 2 or 3 days eating pizza and beer and bad food, and so this is my exercise. And you'll notice I've filmed down here, there's a lot of exhibits that people don't really see. It's a really nice walkway. If you're in Atlanta Airport and you're leaving, try going down to the bottom and don't get on the train, have a walk instead. Here we are, about sweating now. 20 minutes later at a good pace, we are at Concourse F, which is the furthest one away. If I miss this flight, I'm on standby, then I've got to go all the way back to T, where I started from, but I'll go on the train, I think. 10 minutes later, I'm still walking. I think I should have stayed on the train to F. Just walked for about 10 minutes. All the way through E, just to get to F, so... Let's see where this gets me. Oh, another long corridor. Man, this is a long walk. Longer than I thought. Flipping heck. Oh well, working off the food I've eaten the last 2 days. Like being at Disney around the corner, and there's another line. And another 2 conveyors. Flipping heck, this is long. I have no idea where we're going here. Should have stayed on the train. Top tip, if you're going to F, stay on the train. If you're going to E, not a problem. But by gum, this is the distance. Yeah, this is the international terminal actually. Yeah, I recognise it now, all the duty-free shop. This is where all the international flights go from. So Terminal F is the international terminal. There's a Starbucks up there as well. I've been here before. Ooh, that's a nice Porsche. I think the airline club's upstairs somewhere. Club ATL. They've got a Delta lounge here. They should have. This is the big international terminal, so you can have lots of duty-free. Yeah, so this terminal is actually, and now I know, I walked it, I realised it is actually the other end of the airport. You actually have to get a different bus to get here because it's in a completely separate building on the loop. Should go. I remember laughing the last time I came here because I was going to Charlottesville on the little like 40-minute flight, and coming from the international terminal with all the flights going to Amsterdam and all that kind of stuff. It made me laugh. So it looks like the food courts are still shut down up here. This used to be the big food court area behind me, and Starbucks is open over here. But just in front of me is the lounge, the Sky Club lounge. So I'm leaving the lounge with my shorts on. A little bit cool down now, a bit warm walking over here, so just grabbed a quick sandwich and a drink. Head back down stairs. Should be boarding the flight in a minute. Standby, you can't get them right till the end, and you're not guaranteed. I am number 1 on standby. So I just showed you some shots there from inside the lounge. And the 737 looks like we're going on. No idea where I'm sitting, but the flight I was going to go on is already delayed by half an hour. So I could be getting home. Midnight if I go on that other flight. This one should get me in maybe for around 9 PM. So that's a lot better deal. Well, boys and girls, it is now 9:30 and I am back where I started, Orlando International Airport. Pretty tired, I know how tiring travel can be. So I'm going to head on home now, and then tomorrow I will give you my thoughts as to the theme of this vlog is, does it feel safe to fly again? I got some interesting experiences on both flights, and I will share them with you in the morning, which will be just around now. Hello again, it is about 12 hours later, and now I'm back at home again in my with my nice view. Nice temperature over here, view over the lake in the new screened in deck. I just want to give you my wrap-up thoughts as regards the title of this vlog. Is it safe to fly again? It's very interesting, sort of the last 2 days getting back into it. There's a couple of thoughts around that. Couple of strange things were just the fact everything was like back to normal. You saw some on that vlog. Every plane was full, all the seats were full, everybody was crammed in. It was just like as pre-COVID. So that was not what I expected, but that was what it was. But if I think about the things, is it safe to fly again? I think I want to flip that a little bit to, I want it to be safe before I fly. And let me say what I mean about that is, for example, everyone was wearing masks, but on the flight back, we were, I was in the middle row, and squeezed in as always happens with some people, and literally I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, the gentleman next to me was wearing a short sleeve shirt, and we were rubbing arms together because she's squeezed in the seats. So everyone's wearing masks, but you are physically kind of squeezed in, and you are touching other people. Second thing is you're wearing masks, but of course it was very interesting. I really struggled. The flight was an hour, and I really struggled with the mask. And I was trying to think why, because you're like, Barry, you've been around theme parks for like 8 hours with masks on in 100-degree heat, and it doesn't bother you. And it doesn't. And the reason I think of that is it's distraction. Is you're off doing different things, you're looking at different things. When you're sat in a seat, staring forward, and every 5 minutes there's announcements reminding you to keep your mask on. Must keep your mask on. If you drink, take your mask off, put it back on again. If you're going to sleep, keep your mask on. And so you would kind of focus more on the mask, and I kind of struggled, for an hour. And I'm thinking, that's an hour. In August we're going to be going back to England, hopefully. 8 hours on a plane. And I don't want to put anybody off, but I'm thinking, that's going to be hard work, even trying to sleep. So I think my recommendation for that is get the paper masks. We were wearing the cloth masks, so I was wearing the cloth mask. I think the paper ones might be easy because they're lighter, and they don't feel as, like they're on your face as much. And also distractions. Watch a movie, listen to music. But if you just sat there kind of looking around and thinking about it, you kind of just start thinking about the mask all the time. So what I mean is I want it to be safe to fly, is I want everybody to be vaccinated. I wouldn't have even left on this trip if I wasn't vaccinated and the work colleagues I were meeting were not vaccinated, so we're all fully vaccinated. So that's number one, everybody has to be vaccinated. Number two, I think we've got to get to the point where that's the case, so masks are not required anymore. And still keeping the sanitary things, they still give you the wipes to wipe down the seats and everything. But I think that's my honest answer is, I want it to be safe to fly, to feel safe to fly, if that makes sense in what I'm saying. So it was a good trip. Rental car was the rental car, that wasn't a problem. Hotel was pretty much back to normal. I would say one thing is just check if you're going to use a hotel, because they weren't doing the maid service to clean between nights, because that's a COVID thing. Everything else was the same, the drinks and the things in the hotel. You still had to wear a mask around the hotel. And the coffee machine was still there and everything in the room to use, but they weren't cleaning. So if you're going for an extended stay, going on a holiday, just check with the hotel and see what the rules are around that. That's something I was not expecting still to be in place. But anyway, it was a good trip, learned a lot about it. Also learned that flights are very expensive. I had a few colleagues who were flying around starting. There are a lot less planes and there are the same amount of people trying to get on. So all the flights were full. Flights tend to be more expensive, and you're probably finding that if you're coming here to the US on holiday, you're probably finding your prices have jumped up, and it's mainly the flights. So until it's safe for everybody and there's more people and they're kind of determined to put more planes on, it's all about capacity, isn't it? Then you are going to get more expensive tickets to fly. So anyway, that's my wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. Appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out. Comment. I try and respond to all the comments. And we will see you later. Bye.